about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Tigers offense will take the field for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Got him downfield. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. The give to the left side. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived.
Ball carried by the runner. Gain of 4. Brings up 2nd down.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Brian.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. They'll run it to the right side. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. Texas A&M going quickly.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On second down, he's looking downfield. It's caught. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They're bringing heat. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. And the D deny them on second and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the...
To the end zone and is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
On second down, he'll fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Willihan. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the gun. 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Looking to throw on second down. Makes the grab. It's Bermudez. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
It's first and 10 from the 44-yard line. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Bermudez. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. They're down to the 32-yard line on first and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
From Inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to the R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
And the Aggies in the hurry up. Here's the handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
They're working that left side. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The give to the back. Showing off the arm. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. Second down.
This offense has a second down play.
On the set. Jackrabbit.
He's looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Green. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
On the ready.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Yeah, and the QB decided to think of himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you could see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the first down. And now it's 4th down. Know there's a chance. We still might go for it.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Wisconsin is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Camp Randall. One of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by 13 to Illinois. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Running it back, it's Booker. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to come into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Comes out throwing on first down. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. He finds his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. This kick would be hard enough straight on. 57 yards. He's also on the left hash. And he's got it from 57. What a beauty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in College Station. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kyle Field.
Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with him.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Unloads to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. To the ground with the back. They almost got a first down there. Stopped the yard short. It'll be 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here we go with the run on 4th down. The Tigers get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit.
Fires and picked off. Bringing it back. The 30. The 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Give to the back. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line.
8-yard line. Second down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big
touchdown, Aggie! He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin. 2-point conversion attempt is on the way. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the car to start.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They'll run it from the gun. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have...
And he reels it in inside the 30. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas A&M, 12.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Using his feet to buy time. He's going to take off. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Caught near the sticks. It's Booker. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. A&M comes back out with another first down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He's got him in the flat. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll try the run. Strong, firm tackle.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
He'll do it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, if I'm the OC, I'm the head coach, I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slide.
Yeah, you got to live to play another day if you're this quarterback right now. You know this defense, their eyes are lighting up every time they see you take off and run. They know they're going to get those opportunities to try to put you down. You've got to slide. You've got to try to get out of bounds. You've got to really try to save yourself because this team needs you if they're going to win the game.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Trying to find his man on first down. With the catch, it's Curry. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He's got enough for a Missouri first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over, and they almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
He's looking deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team there.
Setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
This crowd bringing serious noise on this huge fourth down play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Back to the air one more time. Catch in the middle. It's Bermudez.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Using his legs, it's Farmer. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Wisconsin is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the type of day that can crush morale. Not Bucky's finest day at the office. They're trailing by 23 to Illinois. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right.
Looking deep down the right side. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go?
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Going up top on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He's right on target. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Makes the grab on the left. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the 1st down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that 1 1st down ends this football game.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Takes the handoff. It's Farmer. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out quickly. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. The give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. First down here for the offense. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense. Defense way over-eager there, and now the entire playbook just opens up before the eyes of this offensive coordinator. Defense made that job a little easier after the encroachment. It's 1st and 5. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He wants a big play here late. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.